On August 22, 2023, Stephen A. Smith was on ESPN's First Take and stated the following about Chicago Bull point guard Lonzo Ball. I've heard that it's even hard for him to get up from the sitting position. On August 23, 2023, Lonzo Ball posted the following video to his social media.
Stephen A., who are your sources, bro? Please tell me who your sources are. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta stop yapping. And I actually like you, man. I don't even know you like that, but I like you. I'm coming back, man. Come on.
Clearly, Lonzo Ball can get up from the sitting position using the same knee that has had serious health-related issues. Lonzo Ball's video proves that Stephen A. Smith's comment was false. Instead of Stephen A. Smith issuing a public apology, he doubled down in a feeble attempt to deflect from his erroneous statement. While attempting to deflect from his erroneous statement, Stephen A. Smith behaved emotionally, irrationally, raising his voice while demeaning Lonzo Ball's value as an athlete, citing Ball's injury history. Understand that Stephen A. Smith is not a professional journalist or sports commentator. He is a highly paid shock jock who creates false narratives about athletes. He consistently demeans, disrespects, and devalues male athletes. More precisely, black male athletes. Gumbel never did this. James Brown never did this. Art Rush Jr. never did this. Robin Roberts never did this. Pam Oliver never did this. Cheryl Miller never did this. Stuart Scott never did this. These sports commentators and journalists were consummate professionals who conducted themselves with honor, dignity, and grace while showing respect to the very athletes whose hard work created a job market for people like Stephen A. Smith. It is one thing to criticize the performance of an athlete. It is another thing to issue personal attacks against an athlete. Stephen A. Smith, a black man, has for over a decade specifically targeted black male athletes, issuing unnecessary, unprofessional, and dispassionate personal attacks. He has made his career off demeaning, disrespecting, and devaluing black male athletes. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kwame Brown, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, to name a few. The same level of disregard and disrespect that Stephen A. Smith has exhibited towards black male athletes is not present when he speaks about white male athletes. Case in point, when black male athletes were caught with marijuana, Stephen A. Smith made a point to racialize the issue and disparage black male athletes. But when Johnny Manziel's career was disrupted because of alcoholism and drug use, Stephen A. Smith did not racialize the issue and was careful to point out how Johnny Manziel came from an affluent family, how his father loved him, and how his family would do everything in their power to get Johnny Manziel back on track. My point is that Stephen A. Smith showed compassion for Johnny Manziel. The same level of compassion is not present when Stephen A. Smith demeans black male athletes. Let me make it clear. It is not that all of Stephen A. Smith's commentary is rooted in personal attacks against black male athletes. It is that over the past 15 years, a significant portion of his commentary is rooted in personal attacks against black male athletes. These attacks are often mimicked by other sports commentators, thusly damaging the reputation of and decreasing the marketability and therefore earning potential of black male athletes. As stated before, Stephen A. Smith is not a professional journalist. He is a shock jock who lacks integrity and is far too prideful to apologize for the false statement he made about Lonzo Ball.